Go.
Hello, everyone. So welcome to our second weekly Beachbody Coach Chit Chat, very casual, nonchalant. And today we're going to talk about blah, blah, blah. No, that's translation for today we're going to talk about what each of us got started in this whole thing for, what attracted us to it, maybe what we've overcome, and it's nothing scripted, so each of us will just say what's on our mind in the moment. But basically what got us into this, what we like about it, how our life has changed or different or evolved, and how we've used this to maybe solve some problems. So who's going to go first? Kelly, take over.
You're on. Wait a minute. That wasn't the order. No, that's fine. I'm not a control freak, honestly. Okay, well, I love being a health coach, and I got my start, or I discovered my love for it, and my love for Beachbody when I got healthy. And there was this guy, his name was Tom, and he pestered me. No, I'm just kidding. This guy friended me 4 years prior to me ever getting started, and was very consistent about, showing up and getting to know me better and wishing me a happy birthday and things like that. And about the time that I agreed to become a Beachbody coach.
This Tom sounds like a wonderful person, by the way.
Yes, he is really wonderful. It's a different Tom, of course. No. Anyway, the time that I agreed to become a Beachbody coach, I had no money. I had no idea how I was going to pay for this, but I knew I had to make a change. I knew I had to do something because I was at my lowest in terms of my self-esteem, my health, and I was hitting rock bottom. I had to do something, and Tom convinced me that this was the right thing to do, and so he contacted me in, what was it? It was like May 31st of 2015, and said, encouraged me to start June 1st, and that's what I did. And I've never looked back. Over the last couple of years, I've developed my own coaching business and my own mission, but Beachbody products are at the core. When I first started out, Shakeology was really the thing that clean eating and Shakeology were really the things that I focused on. And in a very short time, I dropped, I was very, very sick and overweight at the time. I dropped 45 pounds, and my health started to turn around dramatically. All of the chronic health conditions that I had went away. I could breathe again. I've been told that I was early onset COPD, which was not true, but all of my symptoms pointed towards that. So my lungs opened up. I dropped a ton of weight. All of my chronic health conditions went away, and the healthier I got, the more I fell in love with this idea that I wanted to pay this forward and help other people who I saw around me every day, and in my place of work especially. I see a lot of sick people where I work. Help them get on, discover that this might be the answer for them as well. About a little over a year ago, my husband and I started incorporating the Beachbody fitness programs consistently, and I didn't drop a whole lot more weight, but I lost a ton of inches, and I went from being a 1X to a 0X to an XL. And this year when I went to Summit, I actually wore mediums and larges. So I haven't lost pounds, but I've lost tons of inches, and I have still on my journey, and I couldn't be happier about where I'm at. And just my mission, I have customers and challengers. I have challengers that have small children. I have a woman who just had a baby, and I have people that are in their 50s and have grandchildren. But so my customers run the gamut, but my mission is really to help people who are my age or older discover that they don't have to settle for poor health, that they can turn their poor health around, just like I did, and that they can live a limitless life. They can unleash their life from illness, and they can enjoy their later years. They can't control everything, but they can enjoy their later years with fewer impediments and more joy and fulfillment.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Michelle, you're up, I think.
Since we're going out of order.
Tom.
Well, Tom took over the intro, so
That's
in a way
true.
he was first.
That's true.
So, see that, Tom? I gave you an excuse. I got your back. Well, my story is a little different because when I think about it, when I first heard about Beachbody, when I first used a Beachbody product was actually 2003, 2004. So this was before coaches even were a thing. Like, this was back when they had message boards, Activate vitamins, and Power 90. And I had just had my son, and I was large, and I wanted to lose the weight from that. So I was using Power 90, Tony Horton. He's a trip, so you laugh while you're working out. And it was so effective that I got pregnant with my daughter. And then I wasn't working out anymore. So when it got to be 4 years ago, and my now husband and I wanted to quit smoking, I immediately thought of Beachbody again. I knew it worked. I knew that I enjoyed the program. I got Power 90 again because I loved it. And it was great just knowing there was something that I had done before that I could do again and it would work. And in this case, I didn't want to lose any more weight. I just wanted to not gain it when I quit smoking. So when I got the program, I may have gotten it off of the internet, and it didn't come with the things that Beachbody gives you. It didn't have the calendar, it didn't have the meal plan, it didn't have all of the things. So I had a friend who I knew was a coach, and I contacted her because I didn't know what order I was supposed to do the workouts in, and I said, could you possibly get me the plan? So she did. She became my coach, and I fell in love with the working out and the endorphins and the feeling good. I was like, nope. When she was telling me about Shakeology, nope. I was a pain in the butt. I wanted nothing to do with it, but I love the workouts. So she finally, lovingly had convinced me to give it a try, and I have been drinking it every day since. It makes me feel phenomenal. And as I always tell people, I have 3 kids in public school, and in 3 years I've had 2 colds. And that's it. As far as any sort of sickness, I swear by it. And I definitely believe it helps you to lose or maintain your weight depending on what your goals are, because it helps your body to work at its best. So if at your best you need to be smaller than you are now, it'll help you with that. If you're where you should be, it's going to help you stay there because it helps your body to function correctly. So to me, that's huge. So as far as I go with my coaching now, when I started, I kind of, how you get into this place where you think you know what you're doing. So when people are trying to guide you, you're like, yeah, I got it. So I signed up people under me that, as a coach, not knowing what I was doing, I kind of gave off the wrong impression. I was kind of like, yeah, you post on Facebook and you make a lot of money. Like, that's not what it is. There is work involved. You do need to do things consistently. Personal development is key. Don't think you're too good for personal development. It's very important. So at this point now, I'm kind of rebirthing my coaching business because I did all the mistakes. I did it all wrong, and I can admit that. And that's when you fail forward, when you learn from your mistakes and you say, you know what, now I know better. So I'm starting over. My team, I've decided because we all like to have a name for our team. So mine is Team Nacho. And it's because for a couple different reasons.
Team Hatchet, like Nurse Hatchet?
No, nacho. Like cheese and tortilla chips.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. For a couple different reasons. One, nachos are my kryptonite, and no matter how good you are with your clean eating and your Shakeology and you do it all and you're doing great, we all have that one thing that is our, you try to do 80-20, 80% clean eating and 20% for me, it's my nachos. I love my nachos. So
Me too.
it. They're so good.
I know.
Yeah.
And they're even on the program. They are even on the program.
They are. And that's part of it too, because as a team.
So is tacos and pizza.
Yes. Yes.
And wine is too. That's why I'm drinking it.
Nice. So anyway, the other reason why I was thinking it was, you can have all kinds of nachos, whether you're spicy or whether you're mild. There's dessert nachos. There's some that are saucier than others. But all nachos are welcome on my team, as long as you're a team player and you can do things consistently. I don't care if it's an hour a day, whether you want to do it full time, whether you want to do it as a hobby. I just want someone that is ready to move forward and be successful, because that's where I am right now. And I'm so psyched to bring people on my team that have that same vision. And another thing is, we're a team. It's not I'm here and you're here. We're all here. And we all learn from each other and we all move forward together. Because one thing I love about Beachbody is the community. And I love our team here is awesome. And we had so much fun at Summit, which is our big conference that we have every year. And when I see the different teams at Summit and how much fun they're having together and how much fun I had on our team and everything, that's what's so special about Beachbody. It's the community, because we're all here for each other. And that's what makes this so much different than ordering a workout off of Amazon or getting one at Target or whatever, because that doesn't come with a community. That doesn't come with a family to support you. And Beachbody does. So that's why, hey, I made my goal on my Fitbit. It just vibrated and scared the poop out of me.
Team Nacho. Whoop, whoop.
Go Nacho.
Yeah, I got all into nachos.
You know what? I love the shirt that I see, some people wear that says, hey, you can't please everybody. You're not a taco.
I should get
That's a good one.
You're not nachos.
I like that. That's a good one, Karen. I really like that a lot.
Okay, who's going next, Karen or Tom, since we're going on?
I could go ahead. Okay, so I started Beachbody. I first heard about it through my friend, which is the same friend that Shelley talked about. And
what's her name?
Her name is Lisa.
Okay.
So she posted about how Shakeology helped her, after an accident. Like, she had a car accident and she would never walk again, and now she exercises and everything. And she, posted about Shakeology. So I knew her from church, and I thought, I'm looking for a job anyway, and I really need to do something, because I felt lazy. I didn't have energy. I couldn't keep up on my hikes or my stair walks. And so, some people thought I was pregnant because of my big stomach. So I, reached out to her and I go, well, let me think about it, and I said, I want to, I'll get back to you in a couple of days, right? And so I kept my commitment. I'm not one of those people say, I'll get back to you in 2 days, and then you never hear from me again. I followed up with her in 2 days, like I said, and I said, you know what? I consulted my angel cards, and they said I should do this. And she goes, she does angel cards too. So anyway, I did it, and I did it mostly for financial. And what keeps me going, even though I don't have the financial success yet, is that just hearing the people and their stories, overcoming health challenges and the success, and even the financial success, having that financial freedom and traveling when you want, not having to ask a lot. Me having traveled, pretty much every year on an international trip when I was working, and now, not working, not really traveling like I want to. But, travel has always been my passion. And so and I've had jobs where they told me they wouldn't grant my vacation time to go on vacation. And one time I actually quit a job. He wouldn't give me the vacation time. I said, okay, fine, I quit. So that was back in the days when it was, easy to get a job. But I've also had jobs where I got laid off, the rug was pulled out from under me. So I, actually working out of prison one time, and the director called me in to another room and said, there's been an incident and you're under investigation. Like, what the fuck, man? I didn't do anything. And the woman I was working with absolutely loved me. In fact, we still keep in touch. But she said, there's no investigation. That's just the language they use. And, I had a nemesis there that was the secretary, and she didn't like me. And I think that she kind of put the kibosh on my job. So, I just know that no job is secure. Get this thing going, and I don't have to worry about any job or getting laid off or having the rug pulled out from under me.
Mm. So Karen, do you have an avatar for an ideal client, or?
You know what? My ideal client is somebody that is, open-minded, and somebody that likes to travel and do things on the spur of the moment. And maybe they've tried things that before that haven't worked, and somebody that is, a foodie, like maybe they like a variety of foods. They don't want to give up dairy. They don't want to give up meat. They don't want to give up alcohol. They don't want to give up alcohol. They enjoy their life, and food is a part of their life. Now, I know some programs that maybe you have to give up those things for a short while, but, I hear people post like, I'm eating my chicken and asparagus, and my diet is so boring, so boring. And, they're grumpy because they can't have any of those things that I listed. I want people that enjoy travel and enjoy food, and maybe even people that have been laid off from their job and they don't trust, that a job will be secure, that they want to take financial matters into their own hands.
And that's one of the cool things about Beachbody is that, no matter what program you're doing, just look at Shakeology. It's about getting healthy from the inside out, but it's not about starvation or deprivation. We eat the most amazing food, but we eat the right kind of food. So this Beachbody programs are not about starvation, deprivation, eating boring, bland, cardboard food. It's about eating amazing food, but good, clean, awesome food and beautiful, wonderful, myriad combinations. There is a little portion control involved, there's some, but other than that, and nobody starves. 5 to 6 meals a day, meals and snacks a day? I don't think that's starvation. So.
Well, some days I have trouble eating it all.
Yeah, absolutely. So.
One of the temp jobs that I had that I only lasted 2-3 days was at Beachbody, and that was when they were production partners, and I think it was before they went to network marketing. But anyway, they didn't really have a desk for me. They didn't really have anything for me to do, so I would walk around, just try to stay awake. And I heard somebody say, it was like, that girl just walked around all the time, And so anyway, I got laid off because I didn't have advanced Excel skills. So, and I was in inventory management, so they handled the inventory for all their products. So, when I heard about Beachbody, it's like, oh yeah, I used to work for them. And I could have said, well, fuck that company, they laid me off, and I'm not going to do this. But you know what? I didn't, right? It's like I have an open mind. It's a good company. I know that they had to do what they had to do, and it was through an agency anyway. So,
right.
you know, I had no ill feelings towards them. I just thought,
yeah, that's awesome, Karen. Now, because of our 40-minute time frame, we probably need to move on. So, Tom, you're up.
Okay, I'm going to start by saying that I am under no illusion that this is good for me just because it has berries in it. Anything with alcohol is bad for you. 95% of the stuff that I put in my mouth is really clean and healthy, and I don't indulge on stuff like that nearly enough to really impede on my health. So I'm going to put that out there. So if anybody's watching this, not under some illusion that we're going to preach, don't have to change anything and you're going to get healthy. No, you're going to have to change and make sacrifices that are worthwhile. Okay, so having gotten that off my chest. My motivation for starting was I was broke and I didn't know if I was going to be homeless because I didn't have a job and I had no income. And then second to that was I had always had some interest in health and fitness. And this seemed like, okay, this is a company that's telling you, okay, your blood, sweat, and tears, you're going to work hard to get fit instead of a magic pill. So I was like, okay, this seems authentic and real. But first and foremost, it was the money thing because I was in that situation in my life where, well, nothing else is going to matter if I can't afford to eat or live. So I got into it, worked my behind off for a couple of years, 2.5 years, and through that upfront investment of my spare time outside of everything else I had going on, I was able to make more money than I had at like the last job or any job I had ever had before. So at that point, I called off the job search because I never did find work again. And I didn't need it anymore. And do you know what that feels like to say, I don't need a job anymore? That's pretty freaking liberating, man. That is the most liberating feeling on planet Earth. There's nothing that tops that. I know firsthand. Ask me how I know. I experienced it. I don't need a job. So, and that was a long time ago now. That was in like 2010 and it's 2017 right now, the later half of it. And I also got like 90 days, I got this infomercial style transformation that took place and I used nothing but Beachbody stuff, nothing more, nothing less. It was all Beachbody to the book, man. Beachbody, I got an impressive testimonial in 90 days. And then my financial transformation was, I guess, about 2.5 years. It took me to get to that liberating place of, I don't need a job anymore. Holy crap, that's cool. And so, like Karen said, I had an open mind and I was willing to work hard and learn a great, wonderful learning curve because I didn't know what I was doing. So I was embracing the learning curve. And that's really important. And I, didn't have the money to get started. So I put it on a credit card that I didn't have a means to pay off because I had no income. And, I figured it out. The formula for success, you make a decision and you figure it out. It's not make a decision and then come up with excuses as to why you can't do it. No, it's make a decision and then you figure it out. That's it. And that's how I did it. So, and so from here on out, the kind of person that I like to enroll and do this with are people that are also open and people that on their own accord, their own cognitive thinking, they see this as a fit for them. And people that don't see it as a fit for them, that's totally fine. But I'm not in the business of trying to convince people to do something they don't want to do, in other words. So someone's open, great. I'll show it to them if they're open. If they're not open, I won't show it to them. And after they see it as a fit for them and something that can help them solve problems or accomplish some dreams. Great, that's the person I want to work with. Someone is open, but they don't see it as a fit for them. Great, I hope you find something that is. That's my MO, so to speak. And that's all I got.
All right, that's awesome. Okay. So, tonight the idea kind of was that we would all kind of introduce ourselves, and I'm sure we've got lots more to tell about ourselves as time goes on. We just kind of really touched on the surface. But the idea was for us all to kind of introduce ourselves and talk a little bit about how we got into coaching and, what our coaching is all about, kind of sort of about. So with we've got about 7 minutes left. With the last 7 minutes, what I thought might be fun to do is, and I think from week to week it probably will change, but in this our second live chat, what would you guys say is the one thing or the most important thing, or what's the one thing that you would want someone who's maybe thinking about getting into, being a health coach, or helping people with their health and fitness? What's the one thing you would want them to know about us and what we do, and why they should do it with Team Beachbody?
Well,
Okay, I'll go. Oh, go ahead.
All three of us at once. That was
Okay,
great.
everybody's got like a minute, so.
okay, well, for me, if you're interested in working out and getting fit, why not at least do it and be a product of the product and at least get the discount, okay? You get saved 25%. And I know that most people, what I see from Facebook posts, is they post about their workout in the gym, but they don't get paid for it. So why not? If you're going to use a product and you're getting results, why not be paid for it? The only thing you have to lose is weight, and you'll get a discount. So you've got nothing to lose except for weight and bad habits.
All right, awesome. Tom?
Okay, my feeling is this. If you don't have any health, you're dead. And there's a lot of opportunities out there that are fine opportunities, but they may not have anything to do with health, or they do have something to do with health, but it's a con artist job. And so with this thing, like I said before, this seemed to be legit when I first was looking at this, because everyone else is telling you there's just one thing you got to do, or you don't have to change your health. You can keep eating what you're eating, but we got this magic pill, or there's this shake that we have, but it's chock full of toxic ingredients that we're not going to tell you about. You don't have to work out all that. But this company was like, no, this isn't just one thing. You have to eat clean food. You have to work out, stuff that we already intrinsically know. And you have to sweat, and you have to challenge yourself. And so it's like, yeah, okay, this is the real deal. They're not afraid. These guys aren't cowards like every other company. Well, not all of them, but a lot of them seem like they're just cowards, right? Because they're not willing to tell you the truth. So this one's preaching the truth. And it's like, okay, so this is what it takes to really get healthy. And if you don't have health, you're dead. So in my personal opinion, I like being able to merge health and wealth all in one, to create that marriage between the two, because you have to have money to afford your bills and put food on the table. And you have to have health or you're dead. And you have to have more than just the necessity of health. If you want to thrive, you have to have excellent health. So you got the breadth and the vitality to not just survive, but maybe go after your dreams. So that's why I like this one a lot.
All right, cool. Michelle?
Well, in addition to what they said, and I like the whole idea of it being healthy, not skinny, not, because healthy is different for different people. But on top of that, if you want to coach, you have to care. Like, we're not salespeople. It's not buy this, see ya, and then you don't ever talk to them again. You need to have it in your heart to be a helper and to serve people. And that's very important, because this is not a sales job. This is a changing people's lives job. It's not a job. It's a changing people's lives experience.
All right. And I see Lisa's joined us. You missed the whole part at the beginning about talking about, your coaching business and your philosophy and all that kind of stuff. But I think you probably could say, you probably could tell everybody what you think, like, what's the top of your mind? You've got 3 minutes left. What would you want people to know about us and coaching and what we do? What's like the one thing on the forefront of your mind that you want people to know? Because we're going to have a lot more of these chats, but right this second.
Right this second, I want to say that I have been here and just figured out that the video button was not on. But I have enjoyed every minute of this talk. If I have 3 minutes and that's all I have, I'll talk about myself on another call. I want to say how engaging and how wonderful and how good information, how much good information is on these calls that we have. We have a good variety of coaches. We have coaches who are very experienced, and each and every one cares and has helped me personally and everyone on this team. The community on this team is wonderful, and I think anybody who could join with us and wants to start out working with this particular team, I think it will just be a blast. And so if anybody is thinking about jumping in, There are people here, and we will just have a wonderful time. Get healthy, get happy, set a great example for yourself and your family, and then you just get so filled up that you have to give it out. And so I think this is wonderful, and it's a wonderful forum, and it's a forum that we're going to continue week to week, so that we'll be here, and hopefully we'll get some new people coming in, asking questions, and we can have a big question and answer session as well.
Lisa, that was beautiful. That your segment should be cut out of this and then posted everywhere on social media. That was so good.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. I am practicing for my wonderful coaching business that I'm bringing up.
Heck yeah.
Oh, I love this so much.
Yeah, I'm really glad that we're doing this. And
I'd just like to add that I knew Tom. I mean, I met him before through my coach at church. But the other three ladies, I met them in New Orleans. And we ate great food. We had a good time. We was on Bourbon Street, and so it's a great time. And
Yeah.
it's great.
remember, Karen, what happened in New Orleans stays in New Orleans. No, just kidding.
Okay.
That's Vegas.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's next.
In Vegas.
Well, anyway, I created lasting memories with these people.
Yeah, it was great. And it's just going to continue and get better. I don't know how many more seconds we have, but if you guys are watching this, thanks so much for watching. Feel free to reach out to any of us if you have any questions. And please come on the calls live, because these are just going to get better and better.